I'm gonna finally tell you guys the honest reason that I have not been riding the Royal Enfield Himalayan on this channel, and I'm not super proud to admit it. Before we get into that, let's start at the very beginning. I have had this motorcycle in my possession for almost an entire year, and there's a real honest reason why you haven't been seeing videos of me and the Himalayan. And that's because I'm scared to death that I'm gonna drop it and break it and not be able to ride it anymore. So we have been waiting a very long time doing our research and finding the perfect accessories to make this bike a little safer for my dumbass to take off-road. So there are a few key things on this bike that I want to change. First of all, it's all protection. So I am going to be, well, not me, my wonderful husband is going to be installing some amazing parts on this bike, but we'll get to that in a second. First things first, handguard protection. If you dump it, I don't want to break the levers, I don't want to hurt the handlebars, I don't want any damage to come to the motorcycle. So we got the bar protection, we have engine guards we're going to be installing, as well as luggage rack that doubles as luggage and crash protection. So we have a few other trinkets, but here is the beautiful list of some of the items we are going to be installing on this Himalayan, courtesy of my good pals over at Revzilla. They literally had everything I needed for this motorcycle, including tires. We're not going to be putting these on today, but I'm going to have all of these parts linked down below if you want to check out everything I'm putting on this motorcycle. Well, everything he's putting on this motorcycle. So if you guys remember anything about my channel specifically, I call it Wrench and Rage Quit because I'm awful at doing any kind of installs. So if you want to see the installation of all of these parts, head over to Jordan's channel and check out his video of how he puts these parts on the motorcycle. I just want to ride and have fun. Ain't nobody got time to be putting parts on bikes.
3 days later.
It's actually been a couple days since Jordan completed this build. He did it all in one day, and you can head over to his channel and watch that. It's actually very entertaining. I don't know how he does it, but I have been sick, unfortunately, so I have not felt well enough to hop on the bike and really take it off-road. I don't even want to say off-road. So the whole reason I'm even making this video is because I've seen your comments. I know a lot of you guys have been interested in why I'm not riding this motorcycle. I'm still pretty sick, unfortunately. So I am going to ride it today. I'm going to vlog and talk about what I think of these parts and my plans for this bike. But there is a real reason I haven't been riding it, and I'm not proud to admit why I haven't been riding it. And I just really hope that this year changes all that. So let's go ahead and hop on the bike and take it for a spin. All right, so in all seriousness, I am terrified of taking motorcycles off-road. And when I say off-road, it could be any kind of ill-prepared terrain other than tarmac. And honestly, with the amount of tar snakes on this road right here, I'm not loving this either. Luckily, it's not that hot outside right now. When I very first decided I wanted to buy a motorcycle outside of the realm of a typical cruiser, I bought a Triumph Scrambler, the Triumph Scrambler XC, and I was obsessed with that motorcycle. It was beautiful, it was off-road designed, and I for sure thought that I was just gonna find this whole new love of riding off-road. Little did I know, I severely lacked the skill set required to be able to take that motorcycle off-road. That bike was very, very tall for me. It wasn't so much heavy, it was just abnormally tall. And I have long legs. I have a 31-inch inseam all the way down to the ground, and I still couldn't flat-foot that bike. And I know what you're gonna say, you don't need to flat-foot a motorcycle to be able to ride off-road, but at the time, before I knew what I know now, I very much needed to feel that confidence of being able to flat foot, and I didn't. So I ended up selling the Scrambler and I bought my Road Glide. And I will never to this day regret that decision, because my Road Glide has been the best decision I've ever made. In 2021, I went out to the Mojave Desert with Harley-Davidson, and I got to ride the Harley-Davidson Pan America in an off-road course. and I learned so much. It was 48 hours of just learning how to handle motorcycles in gravel, on trails, in sand. And I was terrified. You guys can actually watch those videos. I'll link them after this one. But I was truly and utterly petrified the whole time. And God bless Shade Tree Surgeon. He was there with me, and he really had to talk me down because I was having like a full-blown panic attack. I've never, knock on wood, I've never crashed a motorcycle. I've never been in an accident, and I've only ever dropped 2 bikes once. And those were like 100% at standstill drops, and it was my mistake. It happens. It's not because I'm inexperienced. It's just shit happens, man. So for me, the concept of crashing or being injured or dropping a big motorcycle like that while riding off-road, it terrifies the living crap out of me. So after that class, I learned that I really do want to have a more capable motorcycle. And that's when I was really starting to learn more about the Royal Enfield Himalayan. And I adore Royal Enfield. I adore what they're doing in the United States. I love that they're kind of dominating the smaller displacement motorcycles. And I'm truly so excited to see where they go as a company and as a brand. So my whole plan for this video was to go explore, take some back roads somewhere and really try to see what this bike feels like off-road. And I've just been sick, and I was like, damn it, dude, I can't sit on this one more day. I have to get out and ride. But the true and honest reason that I haven't been riding is because I am absolutely petrified of my own capabilities. And it's really embarrassing to say that, but I just want to be honest with you guys, and I want you to know that I very much am not an experienced rider. We're coming out of winter here in Ohio. I don't have that much seat time on my own motorcycles this year, and I just don't, I think the worst. You are your worst critic, and I just don't want anything bad to happen where I end up physically injured. So that's honestly the real reason. That's why I haven't been riding this bike, is because I'm scared. And it's not the bike that scares me, it's me, it's my capabilities that scares me. So I think the best course of action, and let me know if you guys can relate to this as well, I think the best course of action right now is to just try to get some more seat time. I don't necessarily want to take it anywhere down some gravel roads just yet. I want to get some more seat time on this bike, get acquainted with it, understand the quirks of it, and this is a very, very, very capable motorcycle. And I want you guys to know that this is a very capable motorcycle. But to me, it's a very underpowered motorcycle. It's like 27 horsepower, 0 torque. I mean, like right now, I just feel like I'm lugging the hell out of it. And to me, it feels like a liability. Like, holy crap, you can't get out of the way. Holy crap, you can't speed up. So I just really want to get myself reacquainted with this little beauty and feel confident taking it off-road again. So my husband and I are going to be attending a few off-road or ADV style events happening this year. We will be in the Black Hills for the Revzilla Get On ADV Fest happening in July. So we will be at the Buffalo Chip for that. I plan on 100% having the Himalayan out there with me. Jordan's going to have his Scrambler. And I actually went last year and had the time of my life. I was on a Pan America last year. I will tell you guys right now, even after riding and learning how to ride off-road on the Pan America, I was petrified to take that bike off-road, and it was because of my skill set. It wasn't the bike, and that was my ultimate regret of being at the ADV Fest last year, is I didn't actually go off-road. I took a gravel road like one time, and the fear that I held in my heart when that was happening made me realize, like, this is unacceptable. Girl, you have ridden thousands and thousands of miles solo across the country on 900-pound motorcycles, and you can't take a little bike down a gravel road? Like, what's wrong with you? That's what I'm trying to change, and that's what I'm really trying to wrap my brain around this year, is more seat time, more practice, and more trust in myself. I feel like I have a control issue, and I want to control everything I'm in, and I ride within my comfort level, and that's what I know. I stay in my box, man. I'm not a knee dragger. I don't push myself into dangerous situations. And I'm not saying I need to put myself into a dangerous situation to grow, but I do need to start challenging myself as a rider,
as a content creator for you. You know, I feel like I really truly want to understand what I'm talking about and what I'm telling you. There's so many like beautiful roads back here. I genuinely don't know which one I want to go down, but this one has horses, so I'm choosing this one. But it's been really embarrassing, you know, because I love Royal Enfield. I love what they're doing. I love that they have provided me with such an amazing machine to really try to grow and learn how to do things on, and I haven't been doing it, and I feel like I've really let myself down. I feel like I've let you guys down. I'm surprised at the amount of people who were interested in this motorcycle, and from someone like me who started their channel and built their audience around being a Harley-Davidson rider. And I've been real honest from the very beginning of this channel. I wanted you guys to know that I love Harley-Davidson. That's never ever going to change. But I also love Royal Enfield. I love different bikes. I love the feeling that it gives you when you ride different motorcycles. And I've always been that way. Since I started learning how to ride, I always knew that there was never going to be one specific bike that I was like ride or die for, you know? That's why my channel is called Her Two Wheels. All two wheels. And no matter how much you might want that to change, that's never going to change. So I've thoroughly been enjoying riding the Honda Goldwing, the BMW, the Himalayan, my Road Glide. I have been loving the variety. Oh, shit, that was a lot of gravel. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see that because that was in the shade. That was literally like 2 inches worth of gravel just dumped in the line, like in the lane, like the wheel line, you know, if you're in a car. Dude, I might not have the big knobbies on this bike yet, but I'm thankful that I have some knobbies. I just barely nicked that gravel and I could feel it. There's more. What is going on? Maybe I picked the wrong road to ride down. See, like right there, that just scared the living crap out of me, thinking that I got myself into a situation that I can't get out of. Essentially what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry. I really do. Like, being on YouTube and making these videos for you guys has always lit a fire under my ass to do better. And the one thing I used to tell you all the time, like, I didn't feel like riding motorcycles sometimes. And then after I gave myself the rule of making 2 videos a week every single week, I gave myself that rule that I would do that. And then some days I'm like, I don't really feel like riding. And I'm like, well, you gotta make a video. And I remember feeling groggy and tired and annoyed that I had to like gear up and go ride. And every single time I would hop on that bike and go ride, I would come back home feeling like a new person. And so that's always been my prerogative with this channel, is just, even when you don't feel it, like feeling that responsibility of creating and writing and talking and telling a story has made me absolutely fall in love with the concept of motorcycling way, way, way more than I ever thought I could. And I feel like it's the appropriate time. I've been riding for 8 years. I still consider myself a novice. I do have experience. I do have miles under my belt. I have been in critical situations where I've had to make life-changing decisions on the fly. And I feel like that is priceless to me. I don't brag about the miles I do because there's always somebody who's going to do more. I don't care about not being able to go cross country every year or not being able to attend all the rallies. I don't care that I'll trailer my motorcycle in my toy hauler. I don't care. That means nothing to me. And if you are, I have 2 iron butts under my belt. None of them are official. The first one was official and I didn't actually, the submission didn't go through, apparently. And the second one I just did on the fly because I really wanted to get home. So those are just personal bragging rights for me to be like, I've done that. I know how it feels. I know how hard it is. And this is just my next step on the rung of being a rider. Is I want to be able to expand my horizons off pavement. Like, forever grateful that Revzilla like fully outfitted this bike for everything that I could want. I'm not afraid anymore if I drop it or if I, mess it up somehow. Well, I'm afraid that I'm going to mess myself up, but I'm not afraid for the bike anymore. And here in Ohio, we might not have a cool whole ton of like fire roads or off-road trails within my immediate area, but there are enough places that I could take this bike. Like, I want to go explore and I want to pack up my camping gear and go camping and do stuff like that. So this little putter that to me feels slow and to many of you is one of the most capable motorcycles in the world. Like, I know it is. I just got to get used to it again. I'm just so happy to have my Toff all decked out and ready for the summer and ready to go camping and riding and just putt around town. I got luggage now where I can go to the grocery store, and it just makes my heart very, very happy. The Road Glide, that is my touring bike, that is my mile crusher, that is my comfortable lazy boy motorcycle. It's my Harley baby. The Dyna is like my bar hopper, my loud Harley, the one that everyone hates and the one that everyone thinks of when they think of annoying motorcycles. My BMW is sexy. It's oh so classy. That's the bike you can get dressed up on. You can wear nice clothes. You can feel so eye-catching on the BMW. And then my Himalayan is my fun play in the dirt, take anywhere, ride through the yard if you want to. This is just like the fun. I don't want to say beater. I don't want to say anything disrespectful about the bike because I would never disrespect my motorcycles. But this is the one that you don't really have to worry about, because every scratch, every dent, every flaw, every speck of mud is a story and a memory, and like there's a reason it looks like that. So I don't know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to start feeling better, getting back to 100% so I can kind of start exploring some more of these off-road areas.
I just love the look of this bike so much. It looks like it was made to be in a forest. All right, I'm gonna go over some of the parts. I already kind of listed what we put on this bike, but this is now what they look like on the bike and how I feel initially. Like I mentioned, the very first thing I absolutely had to put on this bike was the engine guards and the hand guards. I really like these because they are big, like brush guards. Not necessarily that I'm gonna be riding through crazy trails and hitting branches and stuff, but just bugs and rocks. Like I love these, and they are very sturdy, very capable. The new bars are, it's hard to tell, but they are significantly thicker than the stock bars that came with the bike. But so the bike comes standard with this little bar, but the motor, the exhaust, everything, I just really wanted that GV bar down below, and I love it. I really think it beefs up the motorcycle. Back up to the handlebars up here, again, I'm gonna have all of these linked below because I genuinely didn't know Revzilla had this many parts for this motorcycle, and it's insane. A lot of these are universal fit, but these are exactly what I have on this bike. So I love these grips. I can't even remember the name of them, I apologize. I love these grips. They're super grippy. I know they're gonna get disgustingly dirty, but they just feel so good while riding. And then back here, I have the luggage. So this is Sidici or Sidici. I apologize, guys. I don't know a lot of how to pronounce names. These are the Sidici bags. I love that they have this air valve so you can really compress them and save space. And then on the outside, these are actually some Lone Rider bags that I got that I haven't used yet. So just something to help beef out and build up the motorcycle to make it look not so skinny. And I love it. Like, it looks so capable. I also have these little waterproof bags up here too, just for more storage, toolkit, anything like that. And then of course I have this Nelson Rig tank bag and this CDC handlebar bag. So just, I don't even know if I'm being coherent right now. I'm still very congested, but there she is. It's a damn good looking bike, man. Again, to me, it's May, and it feels like such early in the year that I don't have the proper seat time, and I really just want to get reacquainted with my motorcycles. You have no idea how much of a personal attachment I have with my own bikes, and as much as it's awesome to ride so many different motorcycles, there's just no place like home. So knowing that my little girl is all souped up and ready to go on adventures, no matter how big or small, I don't care, it just feels good. It feels good and I'm ready to ride. If you guys haven't done so yet, I would seriously appreciate if you would consider subscribing to the channel and just staying tuned for future videos. It's kind of hard finding the right people that want to watch all things two wheels over here, not just one style of bike. Well, thank you so much for watching this one, and until my next one, you guys be good, and I'll see you later.